Donald Trump surrogate Kellyanne Conway basically did in this clip what Donald Trump should have done on Saturday. I want you to listen to exactly what she says, and it goes to the point: does Donald Trump, is he doing this intentionally? And if he is, obviously it's a problem. And if he's not doing it intentionally, that's a problem as far as the organization within the Trump campaign is concerned.
It's the question of whether the Trump organization, is running on all cylinders right now. You're a relative newcomer to the campaign. Does the campaign have its act together?
Yes, it does, and it's growing everything from its ground game to its data operation to its field directors. And I just want to comment very briefly on that. I just think that everybody really needs to look at the measure of somebody beyond 140 characters in a single tweet. I'm very sorry if people were offended, and I don't speak for the social media director, I don't speak for Mr. Trump. However, I'm going to side with Dan Scavino, who's married to a Jewish woman, and Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump on this. They know the full measure of a man, and we all know that Mr. Trump opened up his club in Florida to Jewish members for the first time. That's much more important, in my view, in measuring someone's, the way someone looks at people. Now, in terms
of... You say one thing that's very interesting. I'm very sorry if people were offended is so much more than came from the campaign in the first 3 days of this controversy. Had that come out on Saturday within hours, on Sunday, on Monday morning, instead of last night just with the statement about how it got on there, that's more than I've heard from anyone in the campaign.
Well, they deleted it. And look, in terms of the operation of the campaign, David raises a point that many anti-Trump Republicans and conservatives raise. Look, Governor Mike Pence, Senator Joni Ernst, Senator Tom Cotton, Newt Gingrich, certainly Chris Christie. There are many serious people who are involved at the highest echelons now in this campaign. Hillary Clinton spent this weekend being investigated by the FBI. Donald Trump spent this weekend interviewing serious people to be his running mate.
All right, let me stop it there. She made mention of trying to take the measure of the man by 140 characters. Donald Trump has been using this form of communication to get his message out from almost the very beginning of his campaign. So, if it was a one-shot deal that he had tweeted something out, that would be one thing. But Donald Trump is constantly using Twitter in order to get his message out. So taking the measure of the man from one 140 character message would be one thing, but the hundreds, if not thousands, of tweets that Donald Trump has put out there basically does give us a measure of the man. So for her to try to defend him, and she can't, she obviously realized that an apology was necessary. She would have apologized if she was, I guess, one of the powers that be within his campaign. But Scavino and Trump, apology is not in their vocabulary.
Well, you just floated those names, and you're not the first one to float them over the last several days. In fact, Donald Trump himself has been on Twitter over the last 24 hours mentioning Tom Cotton, mentioning Governor Mike Pence of Indiana, mentioning Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa. And in fact, just moments ago, he went on Twitter and said, "It was great spending time with Joni Ernst yesterday. She has done a fantastic job for the people of Iowa and U.S. We'll see her again."
All right, and all that is Trump basically trying to change the subject matter by putting out these various tweets, trying to get away from that anti-Semitic tweet that he put out. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting if this continues to have a life of his own until he apologizes, or if the Jewish people either decide to continue to jump on him on this or decide to let it go.